Oh my god, guys. I am super pissed right now. I just spent probably, I don't know, 4 hours. Well, I don't know about that. Probably more like 2.5, 3 hours and about 6 games worth playing Pokemon. And my entire session was ravaged by DCs, whether it be my internet crapping out on me or the enemy, or the, not really enemy, but my opponent just disconnecting, whether it be because of his internet or because he just rage quit, I don't know. But regardless, I couldn't save the battle. And I think the 2 games I did play that that actually got to the ending screen where it said, hey, do you want to save this? One of them is the one I'm about to show you, and the other one I think I got swept by, what was it? By Gyarados. I got swept by a Gyarados, and because of that, I'm going to be posting this. But what really infuriates me, that's not even what angers me, guys. What angers me is my last game of the night. Oh man, it was so good. Let me just recap this to you. It was an overused battle, and we both brought weather, so it ended up turning into a weather war. He had rain, and I had this team that I'm using in this battle, well, what I'm going to be using in this battle, which is a sun team. Now, I ended up, based through many good predictions and good plays on my part, I think I was actually playing pretty well that game. I ended up winning the weather war, but in doing so, due to my Ninetales missing an overheat against his Jolteon, I end up being threatened to get swept by a Scarf Jolteon's Hidden Power Ice. I was almost about to get swept. My only chance, because my Ninetales died, all I had left was a Jolteon who was gonna be outsped and killed because he's Expert Belt. And I believe a Volcarona who was gonna die to rocks on the switch-in. So my only chance was to go in my Fortress, who was very low health, I think probably about 80, probably more like 60 HP. I had to go into my Fortress, who was at 60 HP, and I expected to die from the Hidden Power Ice, because I was at such low health. But I ended up living with 4 HP, guys, 4 HP, and getting off a Rapid Spin. And because of that, I then brought in my Volcarona, got up a Morning Sun to get back up to full health, and then proceeded to set up three Quiver Dances against his Alomomola. And I took a Waterfall amazingly, guys, by the way. I did have the sun up at this point. And from there, I bounced back. I one-hit KO'd his mainly defensive but slightly specially defensive max HP Alomomola, who resisted my only attacking move, which is Flamethrower. It's a substitute Morning Sun Quiver Dance Flamethrower Volcarona. I really like it. I ended up one-hit KOing his Alomomola with a Sun boosted +3, I think +3 Flamethrower, and then I ended up 2-hit KOing his Blissey. I 2-hit KO'd a Blissey with a special attack. Oh my god, it was amazing. And then guess what happened after that? Oh, it's so good. Oh man. The game DC'd. Ha! Isn't that amazing? And it wasn't my opponent. I was actually having a great discussion with him. And if you're watching this, shout out to you. But, so he didn't DC. Either his or my internet just shit out. And, oh my god, when that happened, I just stared at my screen in horror. It was the best battle I have ever played, and I will say that with extreme confidence. And I posted some good battles on this channel, and I was excited after a whole night of horrible games to actually post an amazing game for you guys. Perhaps the best one I've ever played. Definitely the best one I've ever posted. And that happens. So because of that, and after almost 3 whole minutes of me ranting about this, I am so angry. Let's just get into the battle, guys. This is a very mediocre battle I had against who knows what his name is. It wasn't a very good battle, but let's get into it. So this battle I do decide to lead with my Fortress, and I guess that's his name, Geo. I guess that's what name I'm going to put in the title of this video. But I lead with my Fortress, and this isn't sped up. Second time I've done this in the past couple of videos. Let me speed this up quick. So yeah, I lead with my Fortress because I really wasn't sure what to lead with, and I can get my Stealth Rocks. So I then switch out, seeing the Blastoise lead, go into my, whatever this thing's called, Alomamola's older cousin, Evolve form, as he goes for U-turn with the Blastoise. He said that was a Missav. which is kind of odd because he actually went for it, and usually if you make a mistake on creating Pokemon, you don't then go for the move, but whatever. Brings in Raikou. I decided to switch out because obviously I'm feeling the electric move. I don't want to go into my Flygon because that's a pretty obvious switch, and Hidden Power Ice is very possible, so I do go out into my Jolteon, and he does go for Hidden Power Ice. I take that not very well at all, so then I switch out into my Ninetales to take that a lot better, and also get up the Sun. So he then switches into his T-Tar, because obviously he can threaten me out with a super effective Rock-type move, and he can get up the Sand. I do predict that, I believe, and I go for an Energy Ball. Pretty easy prediction. So I switch out because I want to be dying to a Rock-type move, and I'm losing the Weather War prematurely, so I do go into my Flygon. He goes for a Dragon Dance, which shows that he's an offensive set. Also, that Energy Ball damage would also hint at that. So I'm hoping I can take this resisted Stone Edge with my Flygon. I do pretty easily, and I do take him out with a Banded Earthquake. This team's actually really interesting because I have a Banded Pokemon in Flygon, I have a Specs Pokemon in Ninetales, and I have an Expert Belted Pokemon in Jolteon. And so those are 3 Pokemon that all don't have an item. It really don't have like an obvious item, which it does confuse the opponent. But he brings in Raikou. I do switch out into my Ninetales to take the Hidden Power Ice because obviously he's gonna go for it if he brings it in and gets the Flygon. Let's go for predicts. He goes for it again, and I thought he might because he might be predicting like a switch, so I do go for Flamethrower. It doesn't take him out, unfortunately, so I do stay in, hoping I can survive another Hidden Power Ice. I do actually better than I thought I would, and I do take him out with a Flamethrower. So there goes his Raikou, and I think that I'm already ahead 6-4, I believe. So now I do switch out, he brings his Blastoise, I don't want to die to whatever, and he does show Aqua Jet here, so that's pretty interesting, but I do absorb that with this guy. Mr. Pop, and that's referring to like Pringles and like the pop of the lid, whatever. Okay, let's just not even explain that. It was a horrible nickname. He brings in his Mew. He then sets up a Nasty Plot. And looking at his team, I knew that he couldn't baton pass this anything because his only guys left are a Donphan and what is it? A Blastoise, which I found it as physical, and something else, I can't remember. So I'm not really worried about him baton passing, so I do burn him and then go for Hex, which almost takes him out. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite. He then goes for a +4 Psyshock on me. I knew that this was going to take me out, so that's fine, but he's going to die to a burn. To his burn, which is very good. I got that on it, because he probably could have swept if not for him dying to burn right there, so that's good. He then brings in his Goodyear, or his Donphan. As I bring in my Ninetales, I go for Energy Ball, just do as much damage as possible against this Donphan. It does a decent amount of damage. I mean, it does a very respectable amount. It wouldn't have won a KO'd him because he does have Sturdy anyway. So I'm actually really happy with that damage. That allows me to go into any Pokemon I want to Revenge Kill. So I decide I might as well go into my Velcarona and set up a sub, just in case he wants to switch and save his Donphan, which he does end up doing, goes into his Blastoise, and as I set up a sub. So he goes for Aqua Jet here, and because it's in the sun, I do have some defense EVs. I think I have 124 defense EVs. I do take that with less than a quarter of my health, so I do maintain my sub and get up a Quiver Dance. So now the next couple of plays are kind of hacksy. I go for another Quiver Dance as he goes for Hydro Pump, and he does end up missing. Spoilers, the next 2 Hydro Pumps. I don't really think it ultimately mattered because I'm pretty sure I could have won this game regardless. Because I'm pretty sure I could have taken one even after with +2 special defense, but who knows. So I think that was his second. Yeah, that was his second Hydro Pump he missed. He then goes for Aqua Jet. That is going to take out my sub because it has prior damage, and I do just go for Flamethrower this turn and take out his Blastoise. It is resisted, but it's not a defensive Blastoise, and besides, I took out a Blissey with I think the same amount of boosts. Different games, so yeah, definitely not. He brings in his Donphan first for I don't know why. I thought he was going to go for Ice Shower, but he just lets it die, so whatever. Now he goes into his, this is his last guy. He does go for Quick Attack, and, that's not going to be enough to kill me, and I do take him out with a Flamethrower. This is a mono-attacking Velcarona, as you haven't noticed, and the idea of it is just to get up to such a high level of boosts in the sun to just destroy everything with a Flamethrower. It doesn't matter if it's resisted or defensive or whatever. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. I'm going to keep this exit short because the intro was so long. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I apologize for the rant at the beginning. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said 2 times or 3 times already, and that'll be it. Bye.